Texas Tiff here, coming to you live via Facebook, or you might be watching me on my YouTube channel, texastiff.com. What do you guys like my new logo? You see that? Yeah. Helps to have an in-house logo designer and producer that you've been married to for a few years. Hey, I want to do things a little bit differently tonight. I don't know about you guys, but I am at the end of the end for the lockdown. I'm not trying to get political. There's nothing there. I'm just saying, for me and my depression and anxiety that I've struggled with most of my adult life, this is getting hard. So my husband and I actually went to church today, and it was amazing to be in a house of worship. And our pastor actually presented a question today that kind of got me thinking. I mean, he was thinking about the church, but this got me thinking about me and what God's called me to do. So I wanted to share that with you and just kind of get your input and maybe put some thoughts in your head too. So I want to ask you a question. This was the question that was posed to us today. What is your why? What's your why? So why are you in the job that you're in? Why did you choose that profession? Why did you choose where you live or where you want to live? Or what about changes that you want to make? What is your why? So that got me thinking, what is my why? And I had to really do some processing on this. Keller Williams, that I work for, is really big on this question, and they're all about pushing you toward being a better version of yourself. And that's going to take some work for some of us. And but this was really good for me. It kind of forced me to dig in. So I'm going to be perfectly honest with you. I have struggled with this. The last few months, I've been like, I don't know what that is. I don't know. So I did what the average American would do. I Googled it. What is Tiffany Gilbaugh's why? No. I just Googled, what is your why? I just was curious what it would say. So it came up with a whole bunch of worksheets. You should check it out. It's kind of cool. And so I read through a bunch of those, and I pulled 2 questions out that I found to really kind of force my answer. The first one was, what are you good at or really passionate about? Some of y'all probably already know the answer to that. If you know the answer to that, comment in the text below about me. I know y'all probably know about me. And then number 2 was, what problem in the world around you, I added the around you part, needs to be solved. So I'm pondering this, I'm thinking about this, and I actually went out on the front porch to read a book that I've been working on for way too long that a friend gave me. It's called Giddy Up Eunice. It's hysterical. Like, I want to be this writer, Sophie Hudson. And just trying to figure out, what is my why? What has God planted me in Salina, Texas for? Yes, I am a realtor. Yes, that is what is going to pay the bills. But what's my why? And one of the big things that she points out in here is, she says, life is infinitely richer when people are our priority. So business is important. I'm not saying that, but people are our number one priority. The next comment really struck home for me. She said, the heart of the gospel is relationship. And God has hardwired every single one of us with a longing to be seen, to be loved, and to be known. I don't know about you, but I do want to be seen, and I do want to be loved, and I do want to be known. So as I'm sitting out on the porch, I get a text message from one of our new neighbors across the street, and she says, hey, we're going to the pool. Do you guys want to go? And I'm immediately thinking, I gotta go Facebook Live in a few hours, and then I was gonna have to redo my hair and my makeup, and y'all, I'm literally reading this as this happens. So I just kind of didn't answer the text for a minute. 2 seconds later, she pulls up next to my house, rolls the window down. Hey, we're going to the pool. You guys want to go with us? And I was just like, absolutely. I'll be right there. Hence the hair and not the usual makeup that you guys see me in. But what I feel like God is calling me to, what my why is, and I've known this, but it was solidified here as well, is unconditional love. I grew up, both my husband and I both grew up in families that just poured unconditional love on us. Different ways, but there was never a question that my parents absolutely loved me no matter what I did. Our children have been raised that way as well. But as I spent some time in the world and spent some time doing different jobs, I'm learning that that's not necessarily the norm. In my mind, it was. Everybody, most people, have that. It's not true. And so I really feel like our family, specifically the Gilbaws, have been called to teaching and loving unconditionally. So it kind of made me think about, who is my why? Not just what, but who is my why? My son, who's leaving for college in a few days, he's my why. My grandson, who lives with us right now, Leo, he is my why. Our next door neighbors, they're my why. My sweet Shimmy and Vimbai, still in Washington, they're my why. So what does all this mean? What are we supposed to do with that? What am I good at? What am I passionate about? I'm passionate about loving people. If that's bringing you a pound of brownies because you just moved into the neighborhood, if that's helping you mow your lawn because your husband's deployed, if that is, I don't know, you name it. I want to be that. I feel like God has walked us through some really tough stuff in our life. Mark and I have been married for 25 years now. We've been through bankruptcy. We've been through foreclosure. We've been through credit card debt. We've been through, oh gosh, those are some of the really hard ones. Marriage struggles, deployments. There's a lot there. So I feel like God's kind of placed all those things and walked us through all those things so that other people who are walking through very similar things have somebody they know they can talk to. I want to be that person for you. And I'm not just talking about real estate. Of course, I want to be able to help you with that too. That's a big life decision, and you want someone who's in your corner, who's going to stand for you, who's going to be there for you, who's going to defend you. But I want to be your neighbor, whether that's here in Washington or if you're right here on Azure, in Salina, whatever that means. So, comment, shoot me a text message. You guys have my phone number. You've got my Facebook, whatever you need. If you need anything, a cup of sugar and egg, you need me to bring dinner for your family, whatever it is, just a hug. I have one friend who told me recently that I look like her mom, and her mom passed away a few years ago, and she just needed a hug. After I got through bawling my eyes out, just thinking about that's going to make me cry, I look for days when I can go give her a hug to kind of be her mom. And we're not that far apart in age, but you know what I mean? So what does that mean for you? What is your why? Who is your neighbor? They don't have to live across the street or down the street or even in the same town. You can send a text message right now to somebody just to say, hey, I was just thinking about you. How can I pray for you today? What can I do for you? My husband wakes up every day and asks me the same question. He's been doing this for probably 15 years now. What can I do to serve you today? What can I do to honor you today? So I'm asking you. I'm asking you, my friends, my fellow realtors who are on here, my neighbors, my family, what can I do to serve you and love on you today? And what can you do to do the same for those around you? I love you guys. I hope you have a great night. Sorry if this was a little not your norm. We'll get back to normal in a week or so. We'll be coming to you from Florida on Sunday as we drop our son off at college in Daytona Beach. So stay tuned. But hey, I'm here if you need me. I mean it. I love you guys. Have a great night.